We would like to thank our generous underwriters, Shape Your Future, a program of the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust. Today we're here in the vegetable garden, and joining me is Kelsey Nation with Shape Your Future. Kelsey, thank you so much for being here, and I love what Shape Your Future is doing because you guys are promoting how gardening can create a healthy lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that and what Shape Your Future is doing.
Absolutely. Well, Shape Your Future is a program of TSET, the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust, and we really make available resources and information to help Oklahomans make healthy choices and stay active and eat healthy and be tobacco free, and just right now it's about getting in the garden,
right,
and getting excited about gardening.
You're speaking my language here. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of gardening for all ages, really, right?
Right. I mean, from kids to adults to people later in their lifetime, it's really great to get out in the garden. There is physical activity that you get by being out in the garden. Being outside is great for mental health, and just having that time in the garden to just be with yourself, be with nature, and grow something that you can be proud of and eat and be healthy with the things that you're eating too.
It's sort of my relaxing period. Right. At the end of the day, I just want to go out into the garden and kind of decompress a little bit and not have things kind of distracting me. It's a nice little getaway, isn't it? Getting out in the garden.
Absolutely, right.
So let's also talk about how gardening can change with your lifestyle. I know when I was single, now I'm had kids and that sort of stuff, but it's okay to get your kids involved in that.
Absolutely. You can go from apartment gardening to, gardening with your family outside. Kids love to be in the garden. It's a great thing to get them involved because they can learn about being active outside. They can learn about nutrition and that they can grow their own food, and they love having a part in it and just that responsibility of, hey, I did this, I helped, to see how things grow.
And I know my kids have a lot more energy than I do sometimes, so having open spaces is so important for them to get some of that energy out, right?
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about when we get older too, right? So we're gonna get older, our knees might not bend as well, our back might not be as well, but there's ways to incorporate gardening also when you get older.
Yeah, absolutely. There's raised beds that people can garden with, and the mental health benefits too of when you're older and you're gardening. Older adults can participate and still have the same benefits of getting outside, spending time, being with, even if you garden with your friends in a community and get that community aspect too, and still eating delicious foods that you've grown yourself.
Right.
It can be a little cheaper as well. You're not going down and spending all the money on the produce. You have it right in your backyard. You can go and pick fresh vegetables and
you know how they've been treated, and so it's kind of like, I think we're all guilty of picking a little bit out in the garden and nibbling on it right then. It tends to taste better, right? So let's also talk about, getting out into the garden and some of the mental health, but also just the science and the learning that can happen for kids out in the garden as well.
Yeah, so kids, they are really great about learning with doing. And so getting them outside, getting them into the garden, actually digging and planting, and they can see how things are growing, and they can learn about the process and where food comes from.
Right.
Versus just, I picked this up at the store, which is great. But when they see it happening and they've taken part in that, they learn, okay, this is where my food comes from. They can learn about the nutrition facts of it. They can get recipes and start cooking with the ingredients and just learning about that so that they can take that with them throughout their lives.
I find that they're a little bit more likely to try things if they've grown it too.
Yes.
So I know Shape Your Future has a lot of different resources available. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those?
Yeah, we have a lot of different resources for planting vegetables, fruits, things in your garden. There's information about apartment gardening. There's information about if you have a home, backyard gardening, information about how it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, who has the perfect garden?
It's an experiment a little bit, right? Have fun with it.
Right. And, it could be something small. It could just be tomato plant.
Right.
You could start with that. And there's resources about getting recipes from the things that you grow.
Okay.
So if you want to have, fresh vegetables or fruits or things to eat, you can use those in the recipes that we have on our new website feature at shapeyourfutureok.com. And you can build recipes out. You can build menu plans for the week. And it's really great. And you can incorporate the things that you've grown in your garden.
Excellent. So you're going to get us all organized for the week, the busy moms at home and things like that.
Yes.
So also, I believe there's some activities as well, because I know I've put in some coloring sheets and stuff. So
yeah, there's lots of great activities for kids in the garden too. There's a scavenger hunt that they can take part in, just so that they can come and explore and learn.
Right.
You know, again, it doesn't have to be perfect for them either. They can just come out here and learn, and just to be in the garden and be outside.
Yeah.
And there's coloring sheets, like you said, that they can start to learn about the different things that they can grow and they can have part in, and take that ownership and really know what's going on their plates and get excited about that too.
Absolutely. I love taking my kids out because they actually are looking at it from a literally a different perspective, right? And so they're seeing things that I wouldn't notice. They're bringing it to my attention. Sometimes they slow me down, and in a good way, you know, to take advantage and really sink in and absorb everything that they're seeing. So absolutely, let's get the kids, let's get families out in the garden. More people should be gardening, and I appreciate Shape Your Future and what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. For more information about Shape Your Future, visit their website.
We love gardening!
We would like to thank our generous underwriters, Shape Your Future, a program of the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.